What's up, YouTube world? I'm OCS, and these are my previews and predictions for this weekend's boxing. So, first up, in New York, got the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Deontay Wilder against Ortiz. Now, I feel, even though these guys both knockout artists, both undefeated, both like to knock people out, given how Deontay's coming lighter, I feel he's going to try and outbox him and win on points. So that's what I'm going for, is Wilder on points. Because I don't think he's going to stand there and bang with Ortiz and trade with him, because there's a chance he could get knocked out himself. So I feel he's going to be boxing behind the jab, use that tall frame of his. Bit funny though that Ortiz actually has a slightly longer reach by 1 inch, but I feel, being that Wilder's the bigger man, he'll be trying to get behind his jab, box him off for 12 rounds and move on. Also on the undercard, you got Andre Dorrell trying to resurrect his career, but I do think he's going to come up and stuck against this guy's fighting. And a bit of an interesting one, Charles Martin's making his return. Obviously Charles Martin was the IBF heavyweight champion of the world. Some say he got it a bit lucky. Obviously he did, because he was in a world title. Well, it wasn't the eliminator, but it was like whoever won the title. Nobody had the title at the time. And the geezer who was fighting, obviously he was tipped as the guy to win, actually twisted his knee or done his knee or his leg in and couldn't continue. So Martin got handed the title. And it was a scramble for who could get to him first, because obviously they saw him as a weaker champion. Obviously AJ got to him, done him in a couple of rounds. But after that, tragically, unfortunately, he got shot. So it's good to see him back, and hopefully he can resurrect his career and move on, because he's only a younger guy and he's got plenty of time. And he was quite a character in the build-up to the AJ fight. He was an interesting character, so it's good to see him back. Now, incidentally, there is another boxing event taking place in New York at the same time. Why they've done this, I don't know, because you're just trying to divide the audience, and I feel more people are going to watch Wilder because it's the heavyweight championship of the world. But anyway, you've got Sergey Kovalev coming back in his comeback fight after defeats to Andre Ward, and this is just a tune-up and a warm-up really for him. But incidentally, the guy who he could be fighting next is also fighting on his undercard, and that's Bivol. So I think they've set it up that hopefully both these two will come through, fight each other, win as a champion. Over in the UK, obviously we have Kell Brook making his return. Now, Brook's not had it well the past couple of fights. Obviously stepped up to the challenge of Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, up at middleweight when he was welterweight at the time. And you have to say he was in that fight. He was causing Golovkin problems that nobody else had ever been able to cause him problems. Unfortunately, Golovkin busted his eye socket and they had to throw the towel in. Then he fought Errol Spence Jr., who is I think he's going to cause a fair few problems for a lot of people in the welterweight division. And him and Kell, it was close until the end, I think. In my opinion, it was close. It could have been going either way in the judges' hands. But then, unfortunately, his other eye socket got injured. And I think, given that what happened in Golovkin's fight, and being told that he'd have maybe lost his sight if he'd have carried on against Golovkin, it played on his mind, and he took a knee and didn't continue. And it was a shame, really. But I feel if what hadn't happened in the Golovkin fight, he might not have stopped and he might have carried on. I'm not saying he's going to win on points. I think Spence was on top of him at that time, so maybe it was all over for him. But anyway, he's back. He's now at super welterweight, and he's quite a talent we've got here in the UK, I feel, and he's still got a chance to become a world champion. He'll be a two-weight world champion then, so hopefully he'll do well. But also on the undercard of that, I think the pick of the fights on that card is Gamal Yafai versus Gavin McDonnell. Now, Gamel Yafai, his older brother Yafai is a champion, and Gavin McDonald's twin brother is a champion, a world champion. So it's the two brothers who are not champions. They're going up against it, both early on in their career. It's a real 50-50 fight, but I'm actually going to go again with Gavin McDonald because I think it's the same sort of thing. I think he's got to get behind his jab, work him off and keep him at bay, and he can undo him. So, boys and girls, that is my assessment of what's coming up this weekend. We will be doing a video on Sunday to review all the fights that have happened, taken place. Hopefully they're all good ones and we all have a good time watching them. So, until that time, boys and girls, take care of yourselves and be happy.